Yep. Is this? Yeah, it's kind of goofy. Spud Foster.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
And welcome inside Redford Union Gymnasium. Brand new gymnasium, open in September. He's Rob Murphy. My name's Chad Bush. Ready for some basketball between these two programs, Murph, that come in on different spectrums. Redford Union coming in on a high 15 wins. Detroit Douglas, a young developing group, comes in with 7 wins on the year against 14 defeats. We expect a couple of anxious clubs to get ready before the playoffs.
Well, it's state tournament time. It's exciting. It's always good to see senior night as well. They want to send these guys out. Senior laden team. Spud is really good. Looking forward to seeing the guard. And then Barnes down low. Those two guys, when you got a big and you got a guard who can really play, it gives you an advantage. And if everything in between those guys can perform, you have a great chance at winning.
You bet. Couple double-digit scorers, couple seniors, 10 seniors on the roster. And Detroit Douglas up against it tonight, but a young team under Coach Brooks, who's well-known and has done some great things this year.
Yeah, well, Coach Brooks has had great success throughout his coaching career. In particular, his son was great. Pierre Brooks is doing great things at Butler. He has a young son now who's a freshman who is doing a lot of great things on the floor. Collectively, they're young, but they're getting better. They want to keep improving, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they play well on the road tonight.
All right, we're looking forward to it, too. We will talk to the head coach, Randall Taylor, and get his thoughts on his team in this ball game, a critical game before the state tournament. Rob and I will break it down for you right after this. You're watching the Preps coverage of the primetime matchup, Redford Union and Detroit Douglas.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Redford Union High School. We're here with Randall Taylor, the 15th year head coach for Redford Union, having a fantastic season, 15 wins on the year. You guys are rolling as you close out the regular season tonight here at home on senior night.
Yes.
Great opportunity here for your team.
Yes, a great opportunity here to celebrate our 10 seniors that we have this year. It's a great time for these guys that are looking forward to get a chance to play tonight in front of their family and friends, and get an opportunity to play the last regular season game here. We actually host a district tournament next year, or next week, I should say, so it won't be the last home game for us. We did get the bye in the first round, so we get a chance to play next Wednesday against the winner of Lincoln King and Henry Ford. So we'll play next Wednesday here.
And that could set up for you to play Old Redford perhaps in the district final. I know that's a ways away.
Mm-hmm.
You're focused on this one, but what's it been like coaching all these seniors? And you've had some fabulous seniors that you've been with, some for 1 year, some 2, and some 3.
Yeah, so it's been a fun time. We have a few guys who are 4-year program guys: Chase Shefke, Mike Porter Jr., Devon Foster. They've been with us for 4 years. We have a few guys that's been 3 years: Brian Taylor, Tyler Barnes has been a 3-year guy. And we have some first-year guys too, first and second-year guys, who are all with us too. Christian Miller, John Burke, some of those guys who've been with us first and second year. Malachi Johnson also is a second-year guy in the program too. So it's been great getting a chance to coach these guys this year, have fun with these guys every day, and just giving them an opportunity.
What's it been like for your club when things have gone really well for you guys? What kind of team are we going to see tonight?
A team with a lot of energy. We play well. When we're playing well, we play with a lot of energy. The guys come out, they love to run, love to try to play hard. We try to pick up full court, play hard, try to play over the rim. a lot of energy when we're playing well. That's what it's like, you know. When they're playing well, they play with a lot of energy, a lot of joy, put a lot of passion for each other.
And I know the defense is where it all starts for you and your team, and getting that offense and the run game jump started. What's it been like to coach these seniors and them buying into this defense?
Defense is our identity. That's where we have to start. That's where everything starts, on the defensive end of the floor for us. We don't have those guys who absolutely go out and get you 30, 40 points a night. So collectively, we know if we want to have some success, we have to play defense at a high level. That's something that I've always tried to bring to our program. I learned that from my high school coach, from my playing career. Also, just defense first. Defense will give you an opportunity to win some championships, and that's something that we always look forward to doing. We strive to try to do every single year. So the defensive end of the floor is our detail orient, and that's, as long as I'm coaching, it's always going to be defense first. And we adjust to our personnel, and then we run our offense that way by adjusting to our personnel.
You've been in this position before. In 2002, you were here, not in this exact gym, of course. This opened in September, but you were here as a senior, and you know what position these kids are in tonight, 10 of them.
Yeah.
How do you coach? Is that something you discuss, something you address, something you leave alone to keep focused on senior night?
It's more so I try to keep the guys focused on playing good basketball. That's the most important thing, first and foremost, because every year when we have senior night, it's always close, about that week away before the state tournament starts. So our biggest thing is focus on playing good basketball. If we can focus on playing good basketball, everything else will carry over. And I tell the guys, we play good basketball, then we'll have fun. And, you know, that's the most important part. You play good basketball, you'll have fun, and everything else will work itself out.
7 city championships, 3 league titles, 1 district championship. All the best to you as the season continues.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
having
Chad.
us out tonight.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming out for us and supporting. Look forward to hopefully working with you guys in the future.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Randall Taylor, he'll have his Panthers ready. We're back with more in the tip coming up from Redford Union High School right after this.
Thank you.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Redford Union High School. As we get set for the national anthem, we'll step aside and we come back. We'll have the starters and the tip from tonight's broadcast.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back. Chad Bush and Rob Murphy with you from Redford Union. It's senior night, time to celebrate 10 seniors. But first, let's look at the starting lineups from the road team. Detroit Douglas Academy out of the PSL. They'll have Smith Poe at one of the guard spots along with Jacody Nathan, Jeremiah Thurman, the other guard up front. It's Josh Brooks, the freshman. Watch out for the 2028 prospect. And Dante Burks, also the front man in the front court. The starting 5 for the 10th-year head coach Pierre Brooks Sr., assisted by Francois Woulou and Marquez Kane. Let's meet the starters for the home team, the Panthers for Redford Union. Christian Miller at the guard spot along with Devin Spud Foster. Watch him, he's their top scorer, 12 points a game, as Rob Murphy told you. Juan Perkins at a guard along with Tyler Barnes up front, the rim runner at 6'3". And the dual sport Chase Shefke, who's headed to Grand Valley State to play football for the Lakers. And the head coach in his 15th year, Randall Taylor, a 2002 grad of Redford Union High School. And he's excited to have this group. He says this is a group that's above the rim. It's a group that can really shoot the basketball. These are guys that can really make a run in this tournament, he feels.
Yeah, well, Coach, anytime you have 10 seniors, you know, you expect these guys to be really ready to perform during state tournament time, which is coming up next week. He's been here 15 years. You know, he played in the Dungeon. They have a new facility this year that opened. He's been really loyal to this program. He's put his blood, sweat, and tears. And, you know, a year like this year, in particular, when you have seniors, you would love to see it pay off.
Yeah, and it has paid off towards the end, this run. And a cross-league matchup tonight with the PSL to get this club ready. They finished second in the Wayne Athletic Association. And we're set to tip it. It'll be the 6'4" senior Chase Shefke, one of the leaders. Big boy out there to jump it up against number 23. That's Dante Burks at 6'7", a junior. Good size for the Division IV Hurricanes.
Yeah, Dante has some good size here jumping it up. I'm interested to see the freshman Brooks. You know, he's about 6'6" as well, wears a size 16 shoe, so he has some growing to do. But to get his feet wet at the varsity level is really a blessing, especially early in your career.
Yes, sir. All right, we're underway at the U. Redford Union with it right to left in black. Bounce pass high on the left. To the right point for three. That's Spud Foster, Splash City for the Southpaw at 5'11".
Yeah, that was a great way to open. A lot of flex cut, little motion movement. Spud came off the screen. He was open and was able to knock it down. Looks like a smooth lefty early here, CB.
Yes, sir. Douglas with the big boy at 6'7" to hand it off near side to Jacody Nathan, who backs it out between the rings against Miller. Now Smith Poe around the rim. Douglas spreads it out, now attacks with the biggest, banks it up, no good. One shot and done. Throw ahead Panthers. They want to run off that rebound. Pressure two-time and they escape it. Back to Tyler. They really want to get the ball to Tyler Barnes. You told us, Rob Murphy, and right now Douglas cleaning things up quickly with a man-to-man.
Yeah, well, I like the patience on offense from both teams. You know, they're really patient. They're moving the ball. You know, everybody's touching it around the perimeter. They're setting good screens and picking their spots when it's time to break you down.
There's power in touching that ball, isn't there?
It is, and they move it really well. You know, Coach talked about his defensive principles and how he likes to, you know, get defense to offense, and being a longtime fan of Coach Izzo. He talked about Calvin Sampson, so they're a tough, hard-nosed man-to-man team. And it looks like it's paying off here early as they have the Frederick Douglass team stifled here.
Brooks dish down low, shot missed by Burks, the 6'7" forward. Redford Union quickly to the front court. This is Juan Perkins handing off near side to Spud Foster, who's got the only points of the night on that triple. He puts up 12 a game. Rip, drive, kick, 19-footer is long, and the rebound pulled off by Dante Burks.
It was good patience again on offense, really good drive to impede the defense, great kick. It's an open shot. They have to knock that down. I'm sure as the game goes on, they'll start to make those.
Yeah, clean look. Smith Poe backs it out. Step back, right, dead spot, triple, no good. And Redford Union one and done. Good job defensively rebounding the basketball. A drive, a kick, another three, not this time. Watch out, cheerleaders. There's energy in that ball, not a dynamite stick, it's okay.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick shot. That was the first time Redford Union had came down and shot a quick shot. You know, it didn't hit anything. You know, you have to be patient. You know, I know they may be getting a little antsy. They only made one shot so far, but it's all about being patient, making the defense work to get a great shot.
We'll see what Smith Poe can do here. Backdoor cut, lay in good. Nifty pass and finish from Thurmond.
Yeah, that's a well-coached team. Anytime you're in the game now, it's a few minutes, gone by, you see how you can loosen up the defense. They were over-pressuring on the wings. Coach Brooks called something for them to go back door, and they were able to execute and deliver.
Yes, sir. So a 1-point game, 4:25 left. Elbow jumper is fouled, ironically, on the elbow. Mr. Kelso said so. And we get another look at this beautiful backdoor pass from Smith Poe.
Yeah, anytime you're getting overplayed on the wing, you drive hard at the defender. Wing guy sets up, shows his hand, and cut back door. That was really good execution on offense.
So free throws now for Devin Spud Foster, all-league, a 4-year player, 5'11" senior, and a smooth-looking stroke, whether that's from 20 feet or 15.
Yeah, well, Spud has went about it, the right way. 2 years on JV. He improved as a freshman, got better as a sophomore. Sure, he had a great year, and then the last 2 years has been spent on varsity. When you're in high school, everybody wants the now and the quick, so it's good to see a guy go through the maturation process of continuing to get better, and now it's paying off here his senior year.
Good to see the development of the program. Tough to find guys that stick around for 4 years in the program anymore. Attack of the tin, no. And transition the other way. The throw ahead, Willie Mays catch, and the jump stop. Smith Poe into the paint. And now the Hurricanes will settle it down a bit. State champions for this Detroit Douglas club back in 2018. Back in 2021, rather. Dead spot right three, no good. Third triple of the night off the mark, and one and done for this Redford Union defense.
Well, I like the patience from them. Redford Union is playing really good man-to-man defense, but anytime you're a young team, you teach patience. You don't want to get into a running game, as you see 5 entries coming into the game to get these 5 guys a break. But anytime you're playing against 10 guys, you got to find some patience. You don't want to shoot early. You don't want to turn it over. You want to give you a chance to stay in the game as long as you can, especially when you're on the road, to have a chance to win it in the end.
Now this is where the play-by-play guy has to earn his money, Murph. You got to name 5 new guys on the floor.
Yeah, I know. The 5 jumped into a 2-2-1 defense back man here, and it looks like this is his pressing group, and looks like they're going to put a lot of pressure on Frederick Douglass to try to speed the game up here at home, see if they can get some defense to offense as coach would like.
Fresh bodies to do that with that kind of energy. Here's Brooks, top side. Joshua Brooks, the freshman. Back out to Thurman. Thurman rip drive down the avenue. Shot up, no, but a foul. And a swat attempt over the top. They're going to get Brian Taylor, the football and track star, at 6'5".
Really good recognition there. When you're getting pressured out top and the wings are overplaying and you can't get the ball, you have to meet that pressure with penetration. He did a really good job of putting his head down, getting to a strong hand and going in for a strong finish. Fortunately for the Hurricanes, they got fouled and they're able to get to the line here.
Unable to score with the clock stopped. Some of the fresh bodies into the game. John Burtz, the 6'2" forward for Redford Union, along with Christian Miller, Malachi Johnson, and Mike Porter Jr.
Now Frederick Douglass jumps into their 1-2-2 to put a little pressure on the Redford Union players to see what decisions they'll make. Anytime you press, you kind of invite the early shot to see if you can get a rebound and get out and transition yourself. They weren't able to check out there.
Brian Taylor gets the missed shot, and now he'll get an opportunity to go back to the free throw line. But mass substitutions like that, Murph, allow you to bring out some guys that have been salivating like the butcher's dog on the bench.
Yeah, and if you're playing well, I'm sure as the game progresses, Coach Taylor keeps you in there.
Sure.
But sometimes it's tough when you got, a 10-man rotation. You want guys to get comfortable. You want to be able to get them to be effectively active in a game to get some success going. But it's tough. So I know when these guys get their crack at it, nothing else, they play extremely hard.
Yeah.
So that's what you see now, the pressure, the switching of the defenses to try to speed the game up, especially here at home.
Full battery. Little pressure here. The banked free throw shot is good. And here come the Hurricanes, down by 4. Left wing 3. Still 0 for downtown, 0 for 4. And the Hurricanes continue to rebound the basketball defensively. On the attack, Julian Lydell. Lydell with a rip. Pull up, 17-footer, and off the mark. Well, head coach Randall Taylor said it took some time to get used to the depth perception in the new gym. They were used to playing in the dungeon. They had to come here and learn it. The shooting off a little bit early.
Yeah, well, they're getting some good looks at it. You know, sometimes when it's senior night, guys, you know, a little bit anxious. This is the last time they'll be playing, I wouldn't say a home game, but a regular season home game in this gym. So I'm sure it's a lot of jitters. Parents are here, families are here. It's supposed to be fun. I'm sure they'll settle in here and start to play a little bit better.
There's Flowers on the floor. Splash City, that's Brooks. That's Josh. That's the rookie. And that gets the Hurricanes within one, Murph.
Yeah, well,
gives that a look.
Best basketball is ahead of him. You know, nothing else. The family is known for shooting the basketball, especially from deep. Oh, Josh was able to take a step back and make that three. Now here they come with their pressure. Sometimes when you make a three-point shot or you make a shot, it can motivate your team defensively to start playing better.
Smith-Poe, shot for three, no. Offensive pesky rebound. That's Jacody Nathan at 5'8", just a sophomore. And he gets the first offensive rebound of the game. Smallest kid on the court, wouldn't you know it?
Yeah, well, it was good to see him stick his nose in there. They have to do it by committee. They don't have great size. You know, with Brooks being on the floor as a freshman and being your biggest player and perimeter player, you have to gain rebound and do it by committee. So that was good for him to get his team a second chance opportunity.
Yes, sir. Inbound, taken away. Brooks had it ripped. Rather, Burks had it ripped. And now Lydell the third, dancing outside that three-point line. Playing catch with Mike Porter Jr. Had a chance to talk with him before the game. He's excited to play. Left elbow jump shot, no good. Kept alive and carried on by the Hurricanes. Smith-Poe ahead. And he'll back it out, and the Hurricanes with 34 seconds left will try to find the best shot.
From Coach Brooks here, you probably want to back it out and go for one. 24 seconds left. You're on the road here. Close the quarter out properly and not give Redford Union another chance to score here in this quarter.
The Division IV Hurricanes on the road on a senior night, hanging in. Douglas will try to take the final shot to grab the lead and take it to the second. Porter playing great defense and fouled. No, that's a turnover, a travel. Strong defense from Porter.
Yeah, he tried to take him one-on-one, but as you know, Coach Taylor has said, they pride themselves on man-to-man. That was just a basic reach step, you know, fundamental basic defense that not allow your man to impede the interior, and he did a really good job of cutting them off, forcing the turnover.
Yes, sir. 2 seconds to work. Got to hustle. Midcourt heave, no. And that's how the first quarter will end. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the second quarter. A tight one at Redford Union. Glad to be in this brand new, beautiful gymnasium.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Chad and Rob back with you. 1 point game as we go to the second quarter. And what did you like about the first quarter for both teams?
I like both teams were patient on offense. They did a lot of passing and cutting, trying to figure each other out. It's like being in a boxing match. You know, you throwing, you know, a few jabs to try to figure each other out. And as the quarter went on, these guys continued to pick it up. I like how both teams also, too, changed their defenses to throw their opponents off as well. The last possession down here, Redford Union went into a 3-2 zone, maybe a 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
And then Frederick Douglass did the same thing.
And Coach Taylor talked about that. That's something he said, we'll do it. We'll switch things up. We got smart kids. We think we can take advantage of it, throwing different defenses at them. First free throw, no good. This is Jeremiah Thurman. Splits the pair, and we're tied at a touchdown aside, just underway second quarter. Bounce pass, left corner, shot up short. Offensive rebound, put back good. That's by the big Chase Shefke.
They did a really good job of attacking the pressure from the top to bottom. Wasn't able to make their first shot, but they did a really good job of attacking that offensive glass for a second chance opportunity.
Into the paint, Nathan had it swatted. Rather, Thurman had it swatted, taken away. Quick hands. We see Mike Porter Jr. take control of this offense. Entry post, pass, and a foul over the back. It's going to be a hold. It's going to go on number 12. And that's Kamari Howard, 6'4" sophomore. There's another look at the
second chance opportunity there. Great rebound, carving out some space. Really good putback to go up 2 here at home.
Pull up, free throw line, jumper, splash, smooth looking lefty, Spud Foster.
Yeah, Spud plays with a lot of confidence. Seems like he plays with a lot of bounce, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Really confident young man too. Really good shooter. That's 2 knockdowns, 1 from 3, 1 from mid-range.
Impressive scoring leader thus far. So that 3 out of bounds off of the hand of Brooks. 4-point lead for Redford Union. As they get a little 1-2-2 pressure look.
1-2-2, you get it to the middle. They were able to get it to Spud, and now they're going to back it out and be patient, which is really smart. A lot of teams make the mistake of when they see a press, they try to attack it. But sometimes if right shot is not there early, it's good to back it out and run your offense and see if you can execute. Now they're in the 2-3 zone.
2-3 zone. How do you attack this thing?
Well, they did a really good job there screening the top. Did a really good job of passing the ball, getting it from side to side. Really good shot. He got to be able to knock that down, but that was a really good way to attack it, by Redford Union.
Good look, good rebound, and we've got a foul at midcourt. We've got some substitutions as well. Into the game comes Juan Perkins, the 5'10" senior guard. What's it like coaching a senior-led team, 10 seniors on the club?
Yeah, well, you would hope that, they're playing their best basketball by the end of their senior year. They've been through all the summers. They've been through all the falls. They've had probably 90 games under their belt, not counting AAU and fall ball, just regular season games. So they should be experienced, game ready. And they, more than anything, been in the program and know exactly what Coach Taylor wants. So at this time, this is, should be a big payoff.
Barnes blew the bunny, raced the other way. Shot up and good, ducking around traffic. That's Jeremiah Thurman, the junior.
That was a really good drive from Thurman. If somehow Frederick Douglass can get in transition, as you see Thurman was able to do there, they'll be better off. Being a young team, it's really hard to score consistently against, 10 seniors that are coming in and out of the game and kind of wearing you out.
Yeah.
But if they can create some turnovers and get something in transition, they'll have a better chance to keep it close with a chance to steal one on the road tonight.
Hanging around, down just a deuce. Substitution, Starkey in, Shefke out. Also, Barnes will rest, and the return into the game comes number 11, Jaden Gaines. Shot misses, cleaned up by Burks.
Well, they were faced with the run and jump on that last position by Frederick Douglass. They did a really good job of getting the ball to the middle and getting it to the rim. You have to deliver that, especially when you're a senior-laden team and you're at home. You can't miss those opportunities.
Jacody Nathan from the mid-post, Murph.
Yeah, that was a really good spin move. Kind of put him in a spin cycle there, was able to rise above the defense and knock one down.
Splash City. How about it? Second triple of the game for Devon Spud Foster.
Anytime it gets tight, Spud delivers. That was a really good penetrating kick from the opposite side, and Spud was ready to catch and shoot, and he was able to deliver.
Unclean catch in the corner, rip drive instead. Baker too strong. Offensive rebound by Starkey, and a fresh clock for the Panthers.
It's important now, you know, Spud has hit 2 threes and a mid-range pull-up. If I'm referee Union, I'm looking for him to get me something consistently going. Anytime he's hit a shot, they haven't went back to him, but they need to look for him because he's the hot hand.
They find the high post, and that's a travel, says Mr. Kelser.
And that was ideal, get it to the high post against the zone. You know, kind of look at the basket, but everybody's looking at the ball. Spud was wide open. He just hit the 3. It didn't count, but it would have been ideal to kick the ball right back to him to get 3 points out of that possession.
That's Pierre Brooks Jr., or Pierre Brooks Sr. rather. Jr. is at Butler right now doing big things. He just had a 30-point game the other night, Murph. In their game over against Georgetown.
Yeah, former Mr. Basketball.
Yeah.
Did a really good job of, you know, continuing to build that Frederick Douglass program. You know, anytime you can play for your dad, you know, because Pierre, you know, Coach Brooks never didn't have any favoritism toward him, made him work hard. Obviously came in, and anytime you're recruited by Tom Izzo, that says a lot because you have to be tough to go there. He spent some time at Michigan State, you know, had a solid tenure there, but just wanted more playing time, wanted to play a little bit more freely, and I thought he did a really good job of choosing Butler and going to play for Thad Matta. And he's playing his best basketball of his career, and it's paying off for him right now.
Sure is. 3-point lead for Redford Union, 3:30 left. The Panthers on senior night trying to get their 16th win and momentum into the districts, a district they will host and a district that also houses Old Redford. Corner 3 again, get out of here! Oh, Spud-tastic. And a free safety interception. Picked off by Malachi Grace. Throw ahead. Floater in the paint, no. From Lydell, put back good.
Guys are starting to get comfortable here at home now. You know, Spud, again, I can't say enough. He's kind of the catalyst for this team. He's able to stick it from outside. Hasn't missed a shot, really. But if I'm referee Union, I continue to look for him. And, you know, I heard Coach Taylor say it on the Zoom earlier when he was speaking with us that they want to look for Spud. They're intentional about that. I don't think they did it enough this game, but as the game is going on, they continue to look for him. He's doing a really good job.
13 points for Spud as we get a replay of the Gaines stick back. And now a foul the other way. Free throws for the big boy, Dante Burks, the 6'7" junior.
Anytime you get these opportunities in your Frederick Douglass, you have to deliver at the free throw line. You know, points have been, you know, kind of, you know, rough to come by here, you know, for these first 2 quarters. Really good aggression to get to the line, but you have to knock these down in order to keep this game close.
Free throw up and good. First points of the night for the 6'7" Burks. Pressure now in the backcourt. We'll see how the Panthers handle it, Murph, in a 1-2-2 again. And that's active hands. That's a steal. And that's a layup by the freshman, Brooks.
Yeah, his size up top underestimates you. He's 6'6" with long arms.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're thinking he can't, you know, get to that pass. You got to really be careful and not allow those turnovers, especially in the front court.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We're back to Redford Union in this beautiful new gym right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
All right, welcome back to Redford Union High School. Shefke in the paint, cross-court pass, shot up, no, that's from Barnes, who's had a slow start and a foul over the back on Barnes, perhaps a frustration foul. This senior, we haven't seen his best yet, Murph, but it's coming.
Well, you know, Frederick Douglass' team has a few guys with size inside. Anytime you're playing against a zone and you're switching up defense, they haven't allowed him to get comfortable and get touches where he's most comfortable yet. So they're doing a really good job on him. But Spud having 13 out of the 19 is, it's been the most important thing, and he's shot the ball really well, and, he's playing really good defense. The team is playing really good defense, so it's good to see these guys collectively start getting going here at home tonight.
Yes, sir. DeMavion Smith-Poe got to the free throw line, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws. As we wait for some kind of delay, let's see how he got to the free throw line. All right.
Anytime, a team presses you, as Frederick Douglass did there, it was really good. As Redford Union did there, it was good to see, the Hurricanes attack that pressure. And again, for them to have our scoring opportunities, they're going to have to get something in transition. When they're being pressed, they got to make the right passes, get the ball to the middle, get it up the sideline, maybe give yourself a chance to score and get some early opportunities to get to the free throw line. Redford Union is doing a really good job in their man-to-man, so if you can create any other scoring opportunities against them tonight on the road is important.
Yes, sir. Chance at the free throw line for the shooting guard, Smith-Poe. Good-looking stroke.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of confidence. This young man, had a lot off the dribble. He's made some really good passes. Made some mistakes, but he has some stick to it where he just continues to play hard, and it seems like Coach Brooks has a lot of confidence in him.
He's a freshman, and you pair him with Brooks, you got a future right there. Future's bright with this squad. So, 3-point game, 2 minutes left. It feels like Redford Union, who was just up 7, well, they get a 4-0 run against him, and here we are. This is the man who's led them all the way, Foster. He's got a game-high 13 points with under 2 minutes left here. And they gave him time and space and get away with it. Big Boy says, give me that pill. And Chase Shefke is fouled down below, or no.
Every time Spud shoots the ball, Chad, it looks like it's going in. He's one of those smooth lefties who has a sweet stroke. I'm surprised he missed that at the top of the key, wide open.
Surprised they left him open. 93 seconds left. And the freshman is fouled. That is team foul number 6. And that means 2 free throws are coming. So a chance for Douglass to cut it to 1.
You got to understand here, Redford Union, that you're in the bonus, and I'm sure Coach Taylor, senior Layton team, doesn't want to see that mistake. You've kind of stifled these guys and, made them struggle to score, and anytime you keep putting them on the free throw line, it's only an advantage to the Hurricanes. So you want to slide your feet, not commit silly fouls, and make sure you're, executing fundamentally on defense to close out the quarter.
Yeah. You don't want your bigs on the perimeter committing a foul 21 feet from the bucket. No doubt. So, Coach will go smaller and check in Malachi Grace. Smith-Poe has made 3 straight freebies until now. So, Redford Union trying to improve this margin. They've led by as many as 7, but the lead has shrunk down to just a deuce. And Starkey has it ripped, an above-the-rim player at 6'6", and just a junior. He's one of the raw underclassmen they really like.
Yeah, he has some good size, good length, understands the game, has to get a little quicker with his feet, but that'll come because he's so young. But if you're trying to attack a zone, that's the wrong place to drive right down the middle to the center when you got your guard and your forward on the same side. You have to be careful. You can beat it with screening up top, flashing to the middle, having patience, get the ball from side to side. And that's who you want to get the ball to.
That's who you want to get it to. Number 0, that means 3. He's got 16 points, 5 triples. And an open look here. The answer, no. Redford wants to run. 4-on-2, attack of the 10. Shot up, no, but a foul. And it's Julian Lydell the second getting to the line, one of those seniors pushing tempo.
Yeah, when you take that shot and you're wide open, if you don't knock it down, that'll put you in transition. Point guard there took the shot. Somebody else needed to get back. He didn't get back. Put these guys in transition, and you put yourself in position to commit an early foul. Great job by referee Union noticing that those guys went back and pushed the issue.
Yep. Free throw up and good. It's the second foul of the game on Jacody Nathan. I apologize to our graphic guys. They were right, scoreboard was wrong, the adjustment was made. Dave Scott, Jared, the whole crew, they were clean on that one. Clean possession, guys, my bad. All right, Hurricanes between the rings to try to run this thing out and get the final shot perhaps with 34 seconds left. Attack, kick, the rookie for three, no. And the rebound is going to go back to the Hurricanes. On that end line, trying to save it with hustle was Christian Miller, to no avail.
Yeah, really good job of playing defense there. Hurricanes, if I'm, Coach Brooks, the last 24 seconds, I'm holding this ball, not allowing Redford Union to get a chance to, double up on this score or score a few more points here. If you can get two, go in the locker room, and cut into this lead, it would be great. Understanding that Redford Union has the ball when the half comes back, you want to make sure you score here and keep it out of their hands.
You bet. 20 seconds left. Pass into the paint, kick out Smith-Poe, corner throw to the fans, and a turnover and a boo-boo by the rookie. And Redford Union will check their shooter back in, offense for defense. Here comes Spud.
Those turnovers are tough because they're unforced. There's no pressure, no defense around the young rookie. He was just in a rush trying to get the ball to the corner. Unfortunately for them, they need to stop here, so it's no momentum going into the locker room for Redford Union.
6-point game. Panthers handle the pressure. 6 seconds left. Got to hustle. This is Lydell the second. Attacks. Short corner fader. Air ball. And that's the final shot, but a 6-point lead for Redford Union, Murph, over Detroit Douglas in a game that's been back and forth and action-packed.
Yeah, well, both teams have done a really good job of switching their defense and throwing their opponents off. It's been all about Spud, here this first half. He's played an incredible game. Collectively, Frederick Douglass has done a really good job to make the plays to stay in this game as well. Looking forward to the second half to see who can execute and pull out the victory.
All right, we will talk with Jason Witt, the superintendent of the Redford Union Schools, when we come back on the other side of this timeout. Thanks for watching the Preps coverage of Redford Union and Frederick Douglass.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Welcome back to Redford Union High School. Here with the superintendent of the Redford Union Schools, Jason Witt. Former teammate, full disclosure, at Wayne State, former Tartars together. Great to see you again, man.
Great to see you, Chad.
Thanks for having us out to Redford Union High School. A brand new gymnasium. Let's start here. What a great setting for kids to play basketball in and be a part of a team. You guys already off to a fast start, 15-6 this year. Let's start with this gym, a first-year gym. How did you put it all in place?
Yeah, the gymnasium is a product of our 2021 BOMB project. Thanks to the voters within the Redford community, we were able to get $59 million overall to do a lot of projects, and that included upgrades to our athletic facilities and culminated in this brand new gymnasium for our boys teams and girls teams to compete in. And as you can see, it turned out amazing.
It sure is. The Panthers are popping just right. The RU logo, the U logo, everything's come together. Tell us what it's been like this year of athletics for the program. I know things started strong in the fall. They've continued here into the winter. And what can we look forward to in the spring?
Yeah, the boys football team had another successful season. I believe it's conference championship number 4
Wow.
in the Western Wayne Athletic Conference for our boys football team.
Awesome.
I think they're on a 29 conference game win streak right now. So we hope to keep that going next fall, but that fed into the boys basketball season and girls basketball season. The girls program is growing under a new coach who's now in her 2nd year. Courtney Gagnon is her name. She is a former alum, as is our boys varsity head coach, who we'll see tonight, Randall Taylor, also a Redford Union High School alum. And the boys are off to a really strong start this season. They're looking forward to wrapping it up here tonight on senior night, and then moving on to district play in the MHSAA tournament.
Yeah, they're on a collision course to take on Old Redford, perhaps, a rival from right down the street. Let's talk about this school district as a whole. I know academics is a big part of what you do. We're here to celebrate and expose, give great exposure to the young athletes. But talk about the academic, this district from afar, and some of the projects that you guys have been quite proud of.
Yeah, well, one of our main motto here in Redford Union Schools is we want to be tradition rich, but also future focused. Redford is a fantastic community and a lot of strong tradition out of Redford Union High School, but we also want to make sure that our students are prepared to take that next step beyond school, whether that's being career ready or going on to a 2-year or 4-year college. That's what we're focused on. We're doing a lot of great things here, expanding our career tech offerings through our bond project as well, and also trying to change some of the approaches that we take in the classroom, doing some more project-based learning, hands-on learning opportunities for our students. We realize that like back when you and I were in high school, today's students learn much different. And we're trying to provide those opportunities for them throughout the district.
You're also seeing student athletes go on and play college sports or get a scholarship, get funding academically, athletically. You were a student athlete, college student athlete as well. What's it been like to see your student athletes move on to the next level, advance, and also maybe get some cash along the way?
Yeah, it's really exciting, and that's what we try to build in our programs, is that type of competition and playing against a level of competition either within our league or outside of the league to give our students opportunities to get exposure to the colleges. And probably just over 2 weeks ago now, we just had a signing day in this same gymnasium, and we had 7 student athletes from our football team that signed on to play at the next level. One young man has the opportunity to follow in our footsteps and go to Wayne State University.
All right.
And then actually after our signing day, where we had the first 7 sign, we had our punter who signed with the University of Pittsburgh and committed just after signing day. As an opportunity arose for him to play at the Division I level. So we're putting kids, have another kid going to Grand Valley and multiple schools out there at all levels, putting kids on to that next level.
The Panther, he couldn't get the Panther out of him. Went to Pitt to continue that tutelage. Hey man, thanks for having us.
Yep.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Right.
Hope to see you again very soon.
Yep.
He's Jason Witt, the excellent superintendent of the Redford Union Schools. Proud to bring us out tonight here on the Prep. Back with more as we roll on from Redford Union High School. This is the Prep. Thanks for watching.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Welcome back, Chad and Rob with you. Frederick Douglass on the road. It wasn't an easy task, Murph. Redford Union came out a buzzing, but this game back and forth for much of the way.
Yeah, well, both teams did a good job, as I mentioned, of switching defenses. We've seen a 2-3 zone, a 2-1-2, a 1-2-2. And then both teams kind of picked it up in the scoring department. In particular, Spud got hot, for Redford Union, and by committee, the Hurricanes were able to manufacture points as well. So it's, continue to stay close as they've been able to get to the free throw line. They've created some second chance opportunities to score. So look forward to see what the halftime adjustments will be for both teams here as we get the second half started.
16 points in the first half for Spud as you get a look at one of his triples. This kid's got some range, Murph. This kid can play, might play a little bit at the next level. Meanwhile, 6 points leading the way is Jeremiah Thurman, the junior.
Yeah, well, Spud is, quick on his feet, plays with a lot of confidence, looks like he has a lot of energy, looks like a nice young man when you look at his game, the way he plays kind of, exemplifies his character as well. So he's probably one of the leaders, I'm sure, on this team that they look forward to following. And when you're young, you got to do it by committee, especially when you're on the road. Frederick Douglass has shown, the patience on certain possessions, being able to execute and collectively playing well together, especially as youngsters and being freshmen and sophomores.
You can tell it's a connected group. And, 10 seniors suggest that it's that way, but it doesn't always play out that way.
Yeah, no, it never sometimes goes like you planned it to, Chad. And, you have to improvise and, kind of figure out how you can manufacture and execute throughout the game in order to come to a close and win it. So, we'll see what happens here with the home team, especially with this team seniors playing on senior day.
All right, second half is upon us. Redford Union with a 6-point lead. That's that man right there, 16 points with a star so far, Spud Foster. Dish left point to Perkins, and now the Panthers set it up patiently. The Grand Valley State football commit turns it over on that baseline, thanks to solid defense by the junior, Dante Burks.
Yeah, Dante Burks has good size, good length. He did a really good job of cutting that baseline off and, forcing that dribble out of bounds. If I'm Coach Taylor, obviously it's disappointing to come out in your first possession at home the second half after your adjustments. You're not able to execute. On the flip side, Frederick Douglass comes down and run their, high ball screen to be able to get, the double high ball screen, able to get their guard going to the rim, for a nice left-handed shot. Couldn't finish it, but he's able to get to the free throw line to cut into this lead.
Chakotay Nathan on the attack, and he was hacked by Christian Miller, who starts the second half. So Douglass, who has been sticking around in this game. Largest deficit was 7. But they've been able to get to the line, Murph, and get themselves a chance, and they've shot pretty well from the stripe, 70%.
Well, it shows that they're not settling for three-point shots. They're continuing to put the pressure on the defense, and these guys are quick. I know they're young, but they're really quick. They do a really good job of getting the ball inside through penetration. And when they get the opportunities at the free throw line, they've done a decent job of making free throws.
Nathan knocks them both down, cuts it to a 4-point game. He has 4 points. The high score, Foster with it. Flip back to Perkins, and the Panthers try to get this guy going, Barnes. And right on cue, he answers the bell. Hot knife through butter.
Yeah, that was a really good crossover, go back left there for Barnes, and he was able to finish up top. One of the best drives, of the game, for Redford Union, but in particular, it was good to see him get going here to start the second half.
Yep. Patient setup. We've seen both teams use patience. No patience here because Brooks can sling it from way downtown. That was from Livonia. Splash City cuts the lead right in half, Murph, with this long dinger.
Yeah, that was an NBA range type of shot, and if anybody knows the Brooks family, they're known to shoot the three, especially from deep. That was a big-time shot.
8 points now for Brooks. Short corner left, shot short by Barnes, trying to keep it rolling. The freshman Smith Poe the other way. Back to the hot hand Brooks. Lefty floater in the paint, no. Fell down with that 6-7 frame.
Looking for a heat check there from Brooks.
Yeah.
He's hit some two long ones, and by that time he was open and, kind of drove left to his offhand and tried to create some offense going to the basket. I love how you don't settle there, but he's a really good shooter, and you get your opportunities there, you got to knock it down.
Said him maybe trying to be a little too smart. You try to get him after the closeout.
Yeah, he had a chance there, but I would like to see him shoot that ball, especially if you've made a few. Go ahead and see how you're feeling, especially it's a 3-point deficit there. You could have tied the game on that last shot.
Keep that money ball moving. Smith Poe, quick hands, fast break to the guy who started it. He won't finish it. Missed shot by Thurman. Critical series here. 3-ball, top side, Splash City. The answer all night has been 0. Spud Foster.
Yeah, Spud can really shoot it. You can't leave him open. You have to know where he is. He makes one, it energizes the defense, and now they go on a run.
A Spud steal, and Mike Porter Jr. lays it up and in. The senior with a defensive buzzer, largest lead of the night, Murph. 8 points for the Panthers.
Yeah, if you're the Hurricanes, you have to be careful here. It was 25-22 Chad. It was a 3-point game. I talked about Brooks shooting that 3. May have tied the game up. They came down and missed a layup. Could have cut it to 1 or either been up 2. But that's what happens when you miss an open shot or miss a layup. You give the other team an opportunity to go down and score. And, when Spud's on the floor on his senior night, he's going to make you pay.
Yep. A moving elbow screen attempt by Jeremiah Thurman. Anytime you get that elbow up. Pierre Brooks Sr. with a nice long coaching look at him. Sometimes you just got to look at guys, right, Murph?
Yeah, when you're young, you don't want to do too much yelling and break their confidence. He was a senior. He would treat it differently, but he understands, the youth movement that he has going on here. And again, anytime you're young and you're playing with, predominantly freshmen and sophomores, you want to continue to teach them, give them confidence, especially at this time going into the state tournament, to give yourself a chance to have any success.
The heat check 3, no good. They'll try it from the top side, but it won't matter. It's a travel. And turnovers. Still an 8-point lead for Redford Union. Largest of the night thanks to the 19-point effort by the senior Spud Foster.
I give, Coach Taylor a lot of credit. It's like an equal opportunity type of program / offense. They know who the main guy is, but if Spud is as hot as he is tonight on senior night, you just have to continue to feed him. I'm not saying, be selfish, and he's an unselfish player.
Yeah.
I've seen that. He passes the ball. He, cuts. He creates some space to see where he can get his shot from when it's passed to him. But I would almost, force the idea of getting him more looks at it to create a different, lead.
Counted in a foul. A beautiful bob play that turns into a right block lay-in from Dante Burks. Here's another look at the beautiful feed and find.
Did a really good job of screening action there to get him on the backside. Really good pass. Body control finish. Was able to get 3 out of it and cut into this lead.
Converts, and it certainly cuts into it. Down to a 5-point game after it was as large as it's been all night at 8. Breather now for Barnes. Gets a hug and a talking to from 15th year head coach Randall Taylor. Guy who played in this program, it means a lot to him. Burks up in the air, could help himself as he'll run into Foster, and that's team foul number 3. A little blitz. Panthers too smooth for it. Porter backs it out. Now Lydell the second to the corner. Around this 2-3 zone. Rob Murphy owned the 2-3 zone. Boeheim might have wrote the book, but
I perfected it.
You perfected it.
I actually rewrote it. I remixed it, Chad.
You threw a little salt and pepper on it.
Yeah, I put my own twist on it. Unbelievable to have a 40-plus year career, with that zone. Coach Boeheim, learned a lot from him. Was able to enhance it during my time there with him, and he allowed it, which was great. I always took in from his assistants what could work, what could change, how to keep up, with the way the game was changing. So I'm thankful for him allowing me to do that, but then bringing it to Eastern and making it work in a mid-major program without all the length and without all the athleticism, especially early. And again, I give, Coach Mondro, Coach Mike Brown, Coach Benny White a lot of credit, when I took over the program, of them understanding what I wanted to do, them not believing for the first 2 weeks, to them saying, wow, this is, a great thing we're doing here. We were able to win early with it, but if you teach it properly, you're in the right space, you believe in it. I don't care what defense you run, man-to-man zone, press. If you believe in it, and you see that with, like a guy like Rick Pitino, who can go to pretty much any program in the country, implement his system, and have success at any level. So if you believe in it, really play hard and have passion and desire to want to be great, it'll work for you.
Worked quite well for Rob Murphy. His first year at Eastern Michigan, MAC West champions. They were not ready for the Murph era. 3 ball from the corner, no. And that's a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. We'll keep it right here as you. No timeout. Okay.
1-2-2 for the Hurricanes. Seeing if they can keep the Union off balance here.
Got that big 6'7" length up front and on the backside. Boy, you could just see that Josh Brooks is growing.
That was a one more there. Spud Foster was wide open. He did a really good job of skipping the ball, making the defense shift. But Spud Foster was wide open, and he elected to drive there, travel. May have cost your team 3 right there.
Missed opportunity. Douglas will try to make it burn as they avoid the 10-second call. Spin at the elbow. Now out to Brooks, the 3-point threat. I'd love to see him get a look here. And it's swiped away. He won't get a chance. Stolen by Lydell. Alley-oop. Laying good. That's Sean Starkey with the athletic finish at the rim.
It was good to see Starkey run the floor there and put himself in position to catch this lob. Really good defense, though. You can't dribble that, too. You got to be able to pass that ball and get off of it. Great transition, drive and finish.
Lydell bailed out when his teammate Starkey able to get that up. It wasn't the best of lobs. There's a foul, and that's an offensive foul. And Mr. Kelser explaining to Pierre Brooks Sr. that he grabbed him around the back.
That was a pretty good call by a veteran official there. You got to make sure, you don't get frustrated. I think he was frustrated with the steal on the last possession. He turned it over, tried to make up for it. You want to make sure you don't get caught up in the frustrations or the negativity of a play. but just play the next play and be positive.
Yep. Redford Union with their largest lead match now of 8 points. We're under 2 minutes in the third. Redford Union trying to get to their 15th win in 22 tries. 10-4 on the year in the Wayne Athletic Conference. A couple of college-level players in Spud Foster and Tyler Barnes. And this senior-led team, 10 seniors, the JV undefeated. They got their 22nd win tonight. It's hard to see a JV team, anybody, go undefeated.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That means he has some talent, you know, laying in the bushes.
Yeah.
Get these seniors out the way. These guys should be able to step up and, you know, kind of take over the program. It's probably the same way that he's seen Spud Foster do it. He was on JV 2 years. Talked about the development of his game, and, you know, junior year he was good, but his senior year he continued to get better and became one of the guys this year.
Some of the great stories and system coaching, Taylor and his sub-level coaches who don't get enough credit, probably. Is something burning in here, or is that just me? It's just me? Wow, okay. That's not good. 9-point lead for Redford Union. Dave Scott is your executive producer tonight. Floater ahead, and Douglas tries to settle the smoke. They're down 9. The smoke on the road is real. Fadeaway 10-footer, no, got his own miss, fouled on the floor, and a solid series there for Jacody Nathan.
Nathan continues to impede that defense. He does a good job of driving with his left or right. I love the hop, step, jump stop there. Didn't get that to go down, but it was a really good offensive shot. He followed his shot like you're taught when you're young, and he was able to get a second chance opportunity.
4 points tonight for Nathan. Shot from the corner short from Mr. Nathan. 4-on-3 developing. And the kick out slow down from Starkey. Open topside triple. Splash City. Smooth looking J for the senior Starkey.
Yeah, Starkey looked really comfortable there. Really good size. He came off the screen roll at about 6'6". Was comfortable right at the three-point line and didn't hesitate to knock that down.
No, sir. The junior Starkey, rather. So many seniors. I got a little senior happy myself. Ball in the paint. Good fight for the reserve. Banker up. No. Wave it off. Great move, but not rewarded. Here's why.
Not sure that was a travel. That was a good jump stop. Pivot off his left foot.
Yeah.
May have looked like a travel. Well, that's tough when you're on the road and you don't get those possible 3 points, but definitely 2. Cut the lead to 10 going into the third quarter.
Good looking play from Kamari Howard, who deserved better perhaps. Down a dozen on the road is Douglas in this new gym. Corner 3, Rainbow, heel out, no. Fight for the rebound, and Spud saves it to the wrong team. Throw ahead, Thurman laying good. And that didn't work out well for Redford Union, who deserved better in the hustle.
Yeah, you're almost better letting the ball go out of bounds for you to
right?
Get back on defense to set it up if you're not going to throw it to your teammate. Key mistake by a senior. See if it'll help Douglas here gain some momentum.
End of the quarter, shot up, no good, and that's all for the third. 10-point margin. It's spread out a bit as we send it to the fourth quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on the first. Life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, the Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back. Chad and Rob with you. I want to thank our sponsors. Shield, one of them, by Environment Consultants. We thank them for making this broadcast possible. We also thank Giant Janitorial Services, making the right choices, and the Jimmy Rollins Memorial Fund. Jimmy Rollins was in the 70s the best Redford Union fan ever. And thank you for supporting his fund. Chad and Rob with you as the cheerleaders get on that new court. Good-looking Panther and a great vibe in this arena, Rob Murphy. Your thoughts, sir, as we head to the fourth quarter in this 10-point game at Redford Union?
Yeah, I love to continue to see the growth of a program, Chad. You know, I coached in the PSL at Crockett, and I was never fortunate enough to have a gym. We had the broad gyms to practice, and my whole goal and my imagination was to one day to see this come to fruition with Crockett. Obviously, it closed, the school moved. So to see Redford Union buy into their program, to see them have a sustainable coach and Coach Taylor is great. So this is a great setup for basketball, and it's something for them to look forward to for years to come. Obviously here, fourth quarter, 10-point game, you're at home. You want to come out and, you know, play a really good possession of defense if you're the Panthers here and get a stop and try to build on this lead. But if you're Frederick Douglass, you need something good here against the zone to impede this lead and see if you can get something going to put yourself in position to maybe win this game on the road.
He's Rob Murphy, former state champion head coach in 2001 at the young age of what?
I was 24 at the time. Chad.
How about that?
Yeah,
24 years young.
Yeah, 24, 25. You know, one of the youngest coaches in the history of the Michigan to win a state championship.
Absolutely.
You know,
if not the youngest.
Yeah, Rondé Telefrero, my partner, when we won it at Central, and Antonio Gates, I believe he was like 25.
Is that right?
25, and I was maybe 25, 26. But we were really young coaches coming into the PSL, you know, going up against the Harry Harristons and Johnny Golstons and Jerry Kelsos and all of those great coaches at the time that we were learning from as we were building our programs. And we had great success early. As I look back, and you know, I heard Coach Taylor talking about the times that he had you know, spent watching programs, but that was something we did, you know, watching Perry Watson, Tommy Amaker, Tom Izzo, you know, Rick Pitino, Bobby Huggins. I would go down and spend time with all these coaches. So when you're young and you're absorbing, you learn a lot more and you're able to win a lot quicker. So we were fortunate enough to be students of the game at that age, and they continued to follow us throughout our careers and while we were able to have so much success and continuing to grow even later in this age.
5-second call. Rob Murphy, also the head coach at Eastern Michigan, where he led the Eagles in defense in the MAC, and most years he was the head coach. Also MAC champions his first year on the scene. Had some good runs, and Rob Murphy also former president of the Motor City Cruise and Detroit Pistons front office. So we're amongst some knowledge tonight. We appreciate him on commentary. Right block, high off the glass and good. How about that thing touching 10 and the high glass?
Yeah, it was needed. Cut the lead to 7 there. When you're on the road, it's important to try to figure out how to get this lead down to 4 or 5 as quickly as you can if you're the Hurricanes to have a chance to close strong.
Down to 7, it was 12. Shot rejected, put back is good. That's that sophomore, Kamari Howard at 6'4", 185 pounds. And don't look now, it's a 7-0 run, Rob.
Yeah, well, this senior-laden team, you know, has to come through here at home. And they're battling, as you see there on the board. Really good penetration from Bud to get it up on the glass. A great finish there.
Barnes with the put back and the foul to blow the momentum for now and stretch it back to a 7-point lead. Jaden Gaines will check in, subbing out for Brian Taylor. Meanwhile, out of the game goes Jeremiah Thurman. And back into the game is Braylon Murray for the first time, the 5'7" sophomore. So the and one stretches this back to an 8-point game. 6.5 left. Douglas made their move, and the home team made their counterpunch.
Yeah, well, they answered the bell because Douglas had them on the ropes there for a second. And anytime you have a senior-laden team, they're going to find a way, especially at home, to deliver. And that's when we were able to see these last few possessions.
That's a hold on the perimeter. That'll go on Gaines. That's the third team foul for the Panthers. Into trigger is Murray. Now Jacody Nathan. Back to Murray. They play catch. Patiently down 8 between the rings. Douglas 9-11 on the year, 6-2 in PSL play under their 10th-year head coach, Pierre Brooks Sr. Down low, right block shot rejected. Swatted by Barnes. Run the other way, layup, no. And the reset by who else? Barnes. And now flip back topside to Foster. Into the corner, Lydell. And now the dangerous pass and the turnover. And an unsettled offense for the Panthers.
Yeah, you have to execute here if you're the Panthers. You know, you can't continue to get the Hurricanes an opportunity to cut into your lead, especially here on your home floor. You have to find a way to execute. You want to be playing close to flawless basketball going into the state tournament. I don't think Coach Taylor would be too happy about the turnovers here, but, you know, closing out this last 5:38, they have to have less turnovers, have to be able to rebound the ball and make sure they can get consistent stops here on the defensive end.
Rebounding out of this zone look here will be a challenge. Douglas will find the high post. Now they'll find the three-point line, and Brooks is upset his son didn't take that shot, just like you were earlier, Adam, for not taking that shot.
Yeah, because they're running some good offense against this 2-3 zone. The last two, plays have been great opportunities to score.
Yeah.
Like that was great, penetration. So they're attacking the zone properly. They just have to be strong enough physically to finish inside and make the right decisions. But I would have liked to see Brooks take that shot.
Howard was set up nicely down on the right block. Good look on the bounce pass here, Murph.
Yeah, well, this is a zone, but, Howard just, drives it lefty, very confident, and was able to find an interior pass to get his guy to the line. But anytime you're attacking the zone, either you got to get it to the middle or you got to penetrate it. That was really good execution by the Hurricanes the last 3 possessions against the zone.
We're going to stay here, 8-point game, 5:08 to go. We'll take a look at the profile of this great Redford Union team. 15-6 on the year. They play out of Division II in the WWAC. Just under 700 students, public co-ed. And you don't have to look far back between one of their most notable alumni. It's the son of Coach Randall Taylor, Amari Slaughter Taylor. And he's currently at Cleary College, Cleary University, doing great things. He was also a class salutatorian, and this is a guy that did it academically and athletically. A prized alum for the Panthers.
Yeah, well, that's important. Coach Taylor obviously is instilling all his players, in particular his son, to make sure he's setting himself up for a positive trajectory, after leaving high school, going on to college, being successful. Playing for, Thomas twins, one of the twins, Carl Thomas, who's the head coach at Cleary University.
Good call.
Obviously,
great call.
Kevin Mondro, our good friend, is over there as the women's coach as well.
That's right.
But he's getting taught, too, at a high level basketball-wise. It's a great school academically. So it's good to see him have the success here and then move on to college and have the same type of success to get prepared to be a productive citizen once he leaves and graduates college.
You bet. Great save that time by Tyler Barnes, and a reset for the Panthers, up 7. It doesn't feel like a comfortable 7-point lead against Douglas.
No, it's not. And Douglas is playing with a lot of confidence. Although they're young and they've made mistakes, for them to stay in this game on the road shows me that they're well coached. They've had some patience and have made some positive plays over the last 28 minutes of this game.
Running another patient set. Lydell will turn the corner. Short corner right, along that end line, somehow tight ropes it. Cut off at the elbow, reset back topside for Foster. Spud high on the left with 4 to go. In no particular rush. The hot-handedite with 19 points to lead the building. Now Starkey, and we've got a timeout or a
offensive foul.
Offensive foul, how about that? A lot of time ran off, but Douglas in the end gets a stop, Rob Murphy.
Yeah, anytime you're being pressured, you got to get off the ball, especially if you have a 5'11" hound that's sliding his feet. He didn't do a good job of just passing the ball and cutting, and that was bad execution. And as you're closing out this game, you can't turn the ball over. You got to execute.
Pull up 3, air ball out of bounds, and not the look that Pierre Brooks Sr. wanted. So Redford Union now against this 2-1-2, and they throw it away. Douglas with a steal, a chance now offensively, Murph. On the attack, Smith-Poe. Lost it on the floor and threw it away. Was it tipped? Yes, it was.
Both teams are getting a little anxious here. A
Yeah.
lot of one-on-one play, a lot of turnovers because they're just driving against a set defense or, someone that's doing a really good job of sliding their feet. You just got to pass the ball, cut, execute like you did early in the game. It was like this at the beginning, but as the first quarter went on, they found a way to, call some plays where they got some back doors, they got some cuts, they ran some screen and roll. Now it's just like a one-on-one basketball, and in particular, if you're the Hurricanes, you still want to find your patience here on the road and make sure you get a good shot at the basket.
Yep. Solid save at the mid-stripe, and now a timeout. We'll keep it right here as we look at some other profiles. 7-point game, 3:06 to go. He's Rob Murphy. My name's Chad Bush. And a look at Douglas Academy and the Hurricanes, a proud program, state champions in 2021 under Mr. Basketball Pierre Brooks II. And what a great career, almost 2,000 points, 33 points a game as a senior. A couple of years at Michigan State, then found a home at Butler. And he's having his best year. He's in the best shape of his career. He led them last year in scoring at nearly 15 a game. And this is what it's all about. Pierre Brooks II finding his way and the pride of Douglas Academy.
Yeah, he's a heck of a player. I've watched him since he was a 9th grader on, just like I'm watching the young Brooks now, and he continued to improve every year. Once he became, able to shoot from that NBA line, it was really hard to stop him. He can play in the post, he can play a mid-range game. But he was a really good player, had a great career, and continuing to play and going to make a lot of money, Chad, playing basketball when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he's going to have some options, eh? Pass down low, patient move, and a finish, and an impressive one by the big Dante Burks. Maybe his best move of the night.
Yeah, well-coached team, Chad. Coming out of the timeout, you want to see execution. Coach Brooks called that timeout in particular to draw something up to attack the zone. They came out and executed exactly what they were supposed to do. Then they jumped into their zone. Press now was able to trap there in the coffin corner at half court and create a turnover. At 3-point lead, has a chance to cut into that with these young guys that fought all game, and they're looking for a strong finish.
Cut it to 5 with a forced travel. Smith-Poe, the freshman. And a glimpse into the future of what this tandem of the class of 2028 will bring. Dish back to Thurman. Patiently, down 5, spin into the paint. Smith-Poe, banker, no. Cleaned up and walked away by Barnes. Throw ahead, left hand layup, good by Spud Foster.
Spud Foster beat everybody down the floor that time, CB. He ran the floor like he was a wide receiver. Really good job of getting ahead. That's a great hit-ahead pass, great catch and finish without putting the ball on the floor. Really good job by Spud to get an easy 2 before the defense could set up.
Yes, sir. Back the other way, the attack is rewarded as well for DeMarvion Smith-Poe, the 6'1 freshman. You can see that he's going to grow. Like, this kid has not yet hit his growth spurt.
Yeah, he's going to grow. He's going to get in better shape. But I love it to watch him because he's super confident. And anytime you're a freshman, at this time of the year, obviously you're a sophomore, you have 20-plus games under your belt a whole summer and fall with the program. But through the mistakes, Coach Brooks has continued to believe in him, and he's continued to play hard. Anytime you bring that energy and effort to the floor, you give yourself a chance. So it's good to see the young freshman, play well, especially here in crunch time.
Splits the pair here. 6-point game, 2 minutes left. Redford Union trying to hold on and win their 16th game of the year on senior night. Final push before the end of the regular season. They will host here in the districts, and they're on a collision course to meet Old Redford, their rival from down the road. And there's some kids that are in this district that end up going to Old Redford, and there is a little bit of feelings, I'm sure, both ways, but they would align and play in the district championship.
Yeah, Redford Union, Old Redford, I think that'll be a great battle. Old Redford is a pretty good program. Coach Reeves, Ray Reeves has done a really good job over the years of building that program.
We called him earlier this year.
Yeah, has a lot of talent. Actually been knowing Ray since, probably 1989. He was a player at McKenzie when I was at Mumford.
Okay.
And he was a really good player, too, averaged 29 points a game.
Man.
I held him to 4 at McKenzie. I held him to 4 at McKenzie High School. Probably the lowest scoring game that he ever had in his career, high school and college. But a really good coach. It should be a great matchup.
This is Pierre Brooks Sr. in his 10th year. Detroit King was the head coach for 4 years. Went to King, a graduate, played his college ball at Highland Park Community College. 3 championships there. AD and phys ed teacher at Douglas. And fun fact, he loves to fish and travel all around the state.
Yeah, Coach Brooks, obviously, I've said it, during the broadcast today, he's a really good coach. Has a lot of patience, though, in all situations. Has done a really good job teaching young men. And as long as he's done it and the success he's had, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to love the game, and that's for both these coaches here, Coach Brooks and Coach Taylor. You have to have a lot of patience and love for the game, because at this level it's a lot more teaching than it is, accolades and success, depending on the players you can get to come play for you. But I commend both these guys.
Yes, sir. There you get a look at Randall Taylor doing it well for a long time. 15 years, played at Marygrove, and what a great leader. And he's done a heck of a job here at Redford Union. We want to thank Jason Witt, the superintendent of Redford Union, for getting us here, getting us on the map. Jason, my former teammate at Wayne State, and fellow Tartar. We appreciate his loyalty and taking a chance on us tonight. Dave Scott, your executive producer. Rob Murphy on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. 90 seconds left. It's a 6-point game. Key possession for Douglas, Murph.
Yeah, key, because if you miss this opportunity, Redford Union doesn't have to shoot the ball for the rest of the game. They go win it from the foul line.
Blocked by Starkey. 3-pointer no good from Thurman, but an offensive rebound. High post touch for Brooks. Got to hustle. 64 seconds left. Down 6. Jacody Nathan. Bounce pass, risky, dangerous, threw it away. Into traffic. Redford Union gets a steal. And the defense has been pesky all night, but that was just a giveaway.
Yeah, just a young mistake.
And so is that.
Ooh.
And
Yes.
not a young mistake, just a mistake by the junior, Starkey. And neither team wanting to take control of this game. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah. Knowing and understanding your personnel there. I mean, you have your timeouts. You're here at home trying to close the game out. You have to call a timeout if you feel like you're in trouble, but you can't just throw an unforced, turnover away with not much pressure on you. It's all about closing out the game, getting to the foul line, and not taking ill-advised shots, not having turnovers, not making mistakes, but you execute to close the game.
He's Rob Murphy. My name is Chad Bush. We want to thank Shield by Secure Environment Consultants, one of our sponsors for this game. Giant Janitorial Services. It's the important difference. Make the right choice. A woman-owned business, and they've been in business over 50 years now, specializing in cleaning and disinfecting for COVID-19. Jimmy Rowland Memorial Fund. Jimmy Rowland, who could forget him? Nobody loved the Panthers more than Jimmy, especially in the 70s. #1 fan and support the Jimmy Rowland Fund. All right, the final 44.5 seconds left. It's a 6-point game. Rob Murphy, what are you trying to do right now if you're Douglas on offense?
You're on the road. I would love to see Brooks get off a 3, maybe cut the lead in half. And if not, get something going to the basket pretty quick. It looks like he's coming up top.
They got to hustle. You hear no threes from the bench. A near travel left block, rejected from behind. Sean Starkey in his 6'6", lanky, active hand says,
Still have a chance here. Maybe a good screen, something underneath. If not, you can pop for 3. But you want to get it up quickly to give yourself a chance at extra possessions playing the foul game.
In the post, Banker no good in the paint. Solid check out that time by Jaden Gaines. Foul in the backcourt. And this one's all over but the shouting with 14.5 left. In the home of the Panthers. And it feels comfy for this club. They've got some momentum. They'll play in this gym again, Rob, as you mentioned. They host districts. But this is good to see these seniors get rewarded like this. And it wasn't without some resistance. Maybe that was a good thing for them.
Yeah, there's a couple of times that you don't want to lose on your home floor. That's to open the season. You want to make sure you win that game if you can to build momentum. And the second game is the last game, which is senior night. It's really important to go out with a bang. And it's good to see these seniors win tonight on their home floor. It won't be the last time they play here, but it'll be the last regular season game. The next time they play here, they'll be protecting it because it could be their last.
That's right. They opened the year with a tough loss in a jam-packed house right here at Redford Union Gymnasium. It was a buzzer beater loss to Farmington. That's how they opened the gym. And, look, this is a place that they feel they can win, and they have had an advantage. They didn't win that opening game. They did win their final regular season game here. They're on their way. And most importantly, that old Redford game potentially could be the final chance they're here. If you can get a district championship, it would be their 3rd straight district championship appearance. This could be the 3rd time a charm and a chance for them to get over that hump.
Yeah, well, you're fortunate to be able to host a district at home because it gives you an advantage. I never had that opportunity, not having my own gym when I was a high school coach at Crockett. But anytime you can play at home, I would always look at a schedule and say if you just win your home games and lose all your road games, you should have a winning season, especially if you have more home games than road. But this is a great facility. Hopefully they pack it in, for this team next week with hopes to make a run. I know they made it to the regional finals, another year as well. So coaches have some experience coaching in the state playoffs, but he's looking forward to breaking through.
2 more free throws to add on for Foster. 23 points in this game. He'll be our G of the game. We'll talk to him afterwards. We'll have highlights, some stats in the postgame. Stick around after this one's over. 8-point lead. Redford Union on their way. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. And great fan support tonight. Redford Union showing out. And look, this is a chance for this team to feel really good about this win and then turn around and get ready. They don't play again until next Wednesday, a little bit of a lull. So got some time to work on some things, and both teams will work on things. As Frederick Douglass, never mind that record, they've played a challenging schedule this year, and they'll be ready to go in Division 4.
Yeah, well, they're young, and Coach Brooks knows that. Coach Taylor, on the other hand, he has a senior Layton team. He wants to make sure in this next week he cleans up everything he should clean up going into the state tournament. You keep in what you've done and had success with. You throw out what you don't need and what you haven't done well. You just build on those strengths and those successes. You have to make a run now, and in February you want to be playing your best ball. You got a senior Layton team, so you're looking forward to them coming out and competing, protecting their home floor to try to make a run at it all.
You bet. Smith Poe, the freshman, will trigger. We'll have our G of the game coming up. Don't go anywhere. Smith Poe got to hustle. Gets it into Brooks for 3. Splash City. How about that? That's his 3rd of the game, and that's how it ends. So Douglas comes in and competes, but Redford Union has enough on senior night to pull away and get win number 16 of the year. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our G of the game. We're back to Redford to wrap it up right after this.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash!
And that will put some gauze on it.
It's on their head.
Welcome back to Redford Union High School. Redford Union gets it done on senior night. We're with the star senior, Spud Foster. 23 points in this game. Our G of the game.
Yep.
Congratulations. You seniors went out the way you're supposed to on top. Talk about the victory tonight.
We executed. We was able to move the ball, be able to get my shot off, and I was just hitting. I was on fire tonight.
You were. This is kind of your game, though, right? I mean, you're a distance shooter. You're a volume shooter.
Yep.
And you're a guy that can do it in many ways. How did you feel tonight? Pretty locked in?
Yeah, major locked in. I feel like I could have did better on defense, though. Yep.
So some things to work on for sure.
Yep.
But look, a big night for you, big night for your team. Win number 16 on the year. What's it going to take to get to the district finals and knock off your rival, Old Redford?
Basically, it's going to take some heart. You playing defense, being on help side, running through our plays right, and playing through the emotions. So, yeah, that'll be it.
What's it been like playing for Coach Randall Taylor, a guy that played here himself, and he's been a mentor for you, and I know you're a 4-year player. You've stuck with this program. Talk about what it means to play for him.
It's amazing, man. He puts his hour on, working. He up here every day, and I'm with him.
Yeah. It's been a great partnership. Wish you the best.
Wish you the best, too.
And a continued run into the districts, all right?
Yeah.
There he is, Spud Foster, 23 points tonight.
Where are you?
And 7 triples in this gym.
7?
I think 7. We'll get the official stats momentarily. What did you have a different number?
No, I thought he had like 5.
No, you're like 7.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll sort that out, though.
Yeah.
Spud Foster, we're back with more with Rob Murphy and the wrap-up show after this. Redford Union gets it done here on the Prep.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back, Chad Bush, Rob Murphy. The lights are going out. That means it's time to go home. It's going to be a quick recap, but Murph, we know that Spud Foster led the way. There were more in this contest. It wasn't always a long, stretched-out lead. A 12-point lead turned down to a 5-point lead pretty quickly, and Redford Union had to struggle this thing out.
Yeah, well, they did a great job of executing down the stretch. They got enough stops. They made enough shots in order to put themselves in position to win the game. Anytime you have a senior-laden team, that's what you want to see, especially going into the state tournament. Give Frederick Douglass a lot of credit. They fought on the road. They're a young team. They have a lot to learn, a lot of growing to do. Coach Brooks did a really good job of coaching these guys to stay in the game, but Coach Taylor did a really good job of, inspiring his seniors, understanding that it's senior night to be able to close the door and get this victory here tonight.
That'll do it for our coverage tonight. I want to thank our crew led by Dave Scott, Jared, and all the guys. And a look at some of the highlights tonight. In this one, a Redford Union victory. They win it tonight by 9 going away. In the game they once led by 12, but this was a Redford Union Panther team on senior night with 10 seniors that ends up walking away with the victory and behind Spud Foster's 23 points. Rob and I will talk to you down the line. We'll have action on Saturday. Catholic League, Operation Friendship against the PSL. Operation Friendship, always a fun one. I know you participated in that at one point. Yeah. PSL Catholic League, they get to go at it. Yeah. Renaissance, St. Mary's, and then King and UAD. Your thoughts quickly on that one?
Oh, that's a barn burner. Both those would be great games. I mean, the Catholic League has really done a good job, the last few years, and particularly this year, playing really well and kind of holding their own against everybody. So I think it'll be a good battle. Renaissance is good, King is good, but the Catholic League schools, in particular Orchard Lake and UAD, are the two best teams in the state.
It'll be a fun one. We hope you'll turn into the doubleheader. Operation Friendship on Saturday. Time to say goodbye. Thanks again to the great production crew tonight, captained by Dave Scott. He's Rob Murphy. I'm Chad Bush. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching. Redford Union on senior night knocks off Frederick Douglass. We'll talk to you on Saturday. So long, everybody.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.